A little recap. Now, the X antibody was created by Yggdrasil during the events of Project Arc, which would lead into Digimon Evolution X, Digimon Chronicles X, and the events of Digimon Data Squad and Digimon Frontier. Project Arc was Yggdrasil's plan to alleviate the digital world's problem with population, as it had reached its memory capacity. And to do so would require the dissemination of the entirety of the digital world and all of its inhabitants. This would allow Yggdrasil to incorporate the X antibody as well as other forms of data to preserve the old digital world, to create the frontier, which was the bridge, and the new digital world, which the next generation of Digimon would preside upon, creating the new layer of the digital world. And this new layer of the digital world's main function was to allow for the assimilation of the X antibody into fundamental data. But what was unknown by all the inhabitants of the digital world, including Yggdrasil themselves, was that the X antibody was in fact a Trojan horse. It was a way for the digital hazard to permanently ingrain itself into the digital world as a facet of its reality. To begin Project Arc, Yggdrasil would require the X antibody data to be distributed throughout the entirety of the digital world, to its inhabitants and to the environment itself. And to do this, Yggdrasil would release upon the digital world 5 new Digimon that would be vectors for the X antibody. 3 of these Digimon, which were next-generation Digimon, were incorporated with old world data to allow for the incorporation and conversion of the X antibody to every Digimon, even those that may or may not be compatible with it. 2 of the other vector Digimon would be part of the next generation of Digimon that would allow for the future incorporation of the X antibody into the Digimon that would occur as it would be converted into fundamental data within the old world. There was Dorumon, there was Ryudamon, Lugamon, Dracmon, and Fanbimon. The Digimon that would allow for the X antibody to be incorporated into the old digital world data were Digimon that had a unique interface incorporated in their design, which was the red gem found on their head. This was a remnant of some of the original Digimon that were first incorporated into the digital world. And it is this red gem feature that allowed for the X antibody to be distributed widely throughout the digital world and allow for the occurrence of X antibody Digimon. With the incorporation of the X antibody data that was in Dracmon and Fanbimon that represented the new digital world. And those were the Digimon that were responsible for distributing the X antibody throughout the digital world. In the next video, we'll talk further about Project Arc, the reason why the X antibody was created.